You're gonna have to pardon my voice. I just had a class this past weekend, so it's a lot of yelling and such. So, anyways, welcome to my little humble cabin. I have yet to unlock any other shelters right now, but this is, of course, the gun table, where we are keeping all of our spare guns in case we die. So far this run, honestly, I have not died, which has been surprising. But, yeah. It's a bit strewn about, but we've got a lot of extras, so it's nice. Gunplay in this game is awesome. And, we got a few extras coming about. Trying to get some of our quests done. This was one of my original KAMs, so I set it on the side because I really like it. Barrel just sticking right up in your face. This is our little med cabinet. We're relatively stocked up. Might do a run on that today. And most importantly, of course, is I finally found the coffee maker. I also made the cooking station just to make it. But look at this. We can now make coffee. And is there anything more important than making coffee? No. No, there is not. And if you're wondering how I found it, I don't know. It was just in some random, I think it was in a garbage bag, I swear, or something. I don't know, completely random. Anyways, our cat's still alive, and we've got some tuna. I don't know if they've timed down the amount that the cat's hunger goes down. I know some people were having some issues with that, so hopefully not. Fridge, we've got some food and even more tuna, which maybe we'll set up and just make a little tuna snack. Got a bunch of sites here, which we're gonna go trade with the outpost at some point. I want to take the can to see if I can get water. Does anybody know that if we can use water with this? It's a consumable. So, can we collect water with that? Maybe we'll go find out if we can collect water. A bunch of nails. I got some beer because I'm trying to complete that quest. And I found the drum at some point. Just need to find the gun. I also have this sauna hat. I don't know what it is, but it's legendary. So, anytime a game tells you something is legendary, unlike real life, you can assume that, yes, it is actually legendary, so I guess we'll keep it. A couple extra sights and a silencer because it's just not fitting. Random guns. I just like the Glock. This was the original Karov? Not sure how you pronounce that, but this was the original pistol I started with on this run. So I've just kept it here because kind of a trophy, memento, nostalgia. And, yeah. It's our humble little abode. We're just trying to run through the missions. I have yet to go to the actual permadeath zone because I am too scared, and this run has been really nice, so I'm just trying to stock up before we go there. And just try to see as much of the game as I can before we go there, and probably just get ourselves ganked right at the start. Who knows? So today, just gonna do a quick run in the village. Probably do a loop into the school and then to the outpost. Probably will make that into a couple separate videos because there's no telling how long this is gonna take. Extra bandage just to round that out. Like, do we need that many splints? Probably not, but it comes in handy. Also trying to complete the saline quest, and I think I also need antiseptic. I found one antiseptic, and then, like an idiot, I used it to make a bandage. At the beginning, because I was just like, ooh, I can craft something. But, anyways. We have another mess kit as well. If you're wondering how the cooking station works, you don't actually cook at the station. It's just a proximity thing. So if you go into crafting now, up at the top here, just heat. So you're just nearby something, and then now you can just craft whatever you want. So long as you have the, input. The mess kits get used up, and I'm pretty sure if I eat this, the mess kit will disappear. Which is kind of a bummer. I wish the mess kit was at least reusable. I'm not sure. I have yet to eat it because I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. So, anyways, I guess enough dilly-dallying. Let's get to it, shall we? Now, I will say, if you're a relatively average gamer, like myself, and you've avoided playing in game like Tarkov, because, you know, you look, it looks interesting. That?
Rotalle vähän lyijyä!
As you can see, I am not exactly a headshot master. So if you're just an average gamer, you're not playing games like constantly. Like, I haven't played online games for a long time because I just don't have the time to get really good at it. Sorry, I was looking around to find stuff, in case you were wondering why the hell I was like just scrolling around to the center. But this game is much more tactical, more patient. I think it plays kind of like Ready or Not, which I've been interested to play. Being cautious and listening. I have to say, this is one game you definitely need to use headphones. Batteries. And doing scans, checking your corners, you know, and peeking. Because the AI is really accurate, and they will get the jump on you. Which I like, because it makes it challenging. Some people want the AI to, like, start screaming. When they start shooting at you, but I think that would ruin the spirit of the game. I don't think there's anybody else in here. Because even though it's single player... Oh, hello. It's not worth much, but we'll take it anyways. Cat food. Even though it's single player, the AI does seem to be relatively intelligent. In that they do take cover. They don't just walk out in the open. Sometimes you'll catch them walking in the open. Pretty rarely. Thinking about setting up that shelter. I think that's something you need for the sleep, to sleep in the other shelter. So this game is very difficult to comment, talk, and play. I don't know how other people do it. But I like that the AI can do that. Because they have good aim, but they're not... It doesn't feel cheap. You know? And that way it feels like playing an online game where, you know, you can get shot from anywhere and you're really relying on tight angles, right? Scout out. Listen. Be patient. This game is patience, which I like. It's a little more slow-paced, but tense. Basic ideas do apply. Don't want to be standing out in the open for too long. Definitely be cautious around windows, because that's really where they will get you. One tip too, if you're in the inventory of an item and you try to eat something, you can't get out of the menu. But if you just eat the item from your menu, you can tab out. So you can still be aware. Ooh, hello. That one's actually better than the MP5 that I have on me. Switch that out then. That's nice. And honestly, I think the enemies give enough of a visual cue as it is. You can hear footsteps. Is that just in the menu? Or is that somebody? Okay. I don't know if that was just in the menu or if that's somebody who's actually out here. It is still an early access game, so you gotta expect a little bit of bugginess. No? There is somebody here. That door. That door wasn't open. Sometimes you gotta watch for cues like that. If you see open doors in houses that you haven't been to, because they do patrol the houses. And they have random patrol patterns, which is nice. So it makes it very tense. Like, you go back to the same maps. It's just there. Just gotta make sure they're not sneaking up sometimes.
Voi veljet, mikä operaatio.
At least we know where he is. There's a house behind us that we can go to. You see what I mean about the peeking? Like, that felt fair, that he saw me and started shooting. He didn't see me at first, right? And obviously, as you can tell by my aim, I am not, like, a pro player. I just play for fun. But it's still manageable, even with at my skill level, which I quite enjoy. Oh my, sorry, my mouse is freaking out. Probably cut that out, cut that out. And you don't need like a crazy set of headphones, too. The headphones I'm using is like this old cheap pair that I had from a long time ago. That I forgot I even had, honestly. I think that's part of the reason why the directional sound sometimes throws me off. Two, two, three. Could use that. Sorry if this gets your epilepsy going. I just go down to the trader right now, honestly. See what he's got. Like, as you could see there, right? I mean, the AI is accurate, but they're not always, like, super accurate. They're not, it doesn't feel cheaty. I mean, yes, they can shoot at you with a pistol from across the map, but I mean, if you go play with regular players, right? Like, regular players can do that as well. So, I like that this door is open. I still have yet to figure out if they can come in here. I think they can. You know, I would not put it past this game, because I once thought that I could get back to my shelter in the village. And they can't go there? No, there was a dude standing right at the back. He nearly... Ooh, hello. Nearly killed me when I was coming back from a run. He was just sitting behind my house. It was not very nice. It scared the Jesus out of me. And I do like that, you know? Like, I think I was talking about that earlier, but there's some player online who said that he wants the AI to shout before they shoot, but that's too easy. That's what I like about this game, is that it goes a little old school in the sense that there's no hit markers. You know, there's no blip, big bright flashing light above any of the enemies. They blend into their surroundings for the most part. You know, they're wearing dark colors. Sometimes you can go into a room and you won't necessarily spot them at first glance. So, I like that. I like that about this game. It makes it very difficult. It makes it challenging, but in a contained way, right? The maps in this game are relatively small compared to most other looter shooters like DayZ, right? I think I just heard something. But that's also good, because it means you're not spending 20 minutes to run all the way across the map just to get shot before you even do anything, which is always annoying. That's part of the reason why I stopped playing any of those games, honestly. We can get more tuna, which would be nice. Feed our cat. Yeah, I want to switch out this mag here. Didn't I just take the sight off of this? There it is. Alright, it dropped, I guess. There we go. Oh, nice. That's a pretty good trade right there. There's 2 for that. Excellent. Even more sights, because the sights are pretty valuable. And that will be useful. Go to the outposts, and hopefully we can trade up for some better gear finally, which might make me feel a little more prepared to go into the military zones. Complete permadeath zones. Because if you didn't already know that about this game, in these areas, if you die, you lose everything, but you can respawn in your cabin. Hence why I have so many guns in that cabin. Because I've been expecting to die at any point. However, once you go into those permadeath zones, which is interesting about this game, it's a complete death, right? Because people do often say, oh, I want my game more realistic. Well, that's about as realistic as it's going to get. Like, you die, you die. Your game is done. Everything is wiped. There's no save files. Which, again, also, I like that. It's kind of punishing, this game, but you can choose your level of masochism. So, I'm having a lot of fun. Really love the gameplay. It's just, yeah. It's a really good fit. It's a good fit for my mood. I think I am going to want to feed the cat before we leave, though. So that she has enough food. Inventory is looking kind of whack right now. This is something I'll probably keep. That we could probably sell. This we can sell. These we can sell. This we keep here. I do have a lot of food right now, though, which is nice. Did he just resupply? Oh, that's nice. That's useful. I can always use more MP5 ammo. Or I can definitely always use more 7.62 ammo. And more tuna. Just makes it easier than having to go out and try to find it, honestly. Probably going to cut out most of this because I'm sure this is so exciting to watch. Somebody clicking through a bunch of inventory. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. I did put that I was going to leave this uncut, right? So this is all a part of it. You know, at this point, I feel like maybe we can just make a run to the school and see what else we can find. I want to drop some of this stuff off, but... Or maybe we'll just complete our run through the village. Maybe we'll just do a complete run through the village, huh? We'll just trade for some of this and come back, and we'll trade some more stuff, blah, 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 blah. You know how it goes. At least this means I don't have to worry about food. So, take that.
Tiedät, mistä meikäläisen löytää. Näkemiin.
Storm just rolled. Be careful when you're coming out of here. I've seen them up there. I've gone into a bunch of firefights just outside of the traders. Actually, I was thinking about going one way. I'll go this way. That's what I like, right? Oh, shit. Somebody is shooting at me. Oh, God. Okay, and it scares the shit. It's always, like, it will always make you... Said, aim's not amazing.
Kavereita on tehtävä olla.
Not sure how long they stay alerted. He's in that house. Generally, if they spot you, they will take cover. So we could just be waiting in that house for him. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But at least we know where he is. Just like the G7. You can always drop it later. It's a pretty good position. He's in that house. One thing, close the doors.
Ei, älä ammu!
Woo!
Helvetin rotta! Saatana!
Jesus Christ.
Rotalle vähän lyijyä! Kauan, kavereita tässä vaan ollaan.
Okay. Let's get the shit on me. I don't know where he came from. He must have come from behind. Somehow. Just freaking snuck up on me. Which, again, that's why we played it, right? check all this already? Nope, I did not. Did I need the mattress? I feel like the mattress was something. Sit in front of this one. Pretty big though. So, as you can see, even as an average gamer, you still have a pretty good time. Probably my best advice. If you get shot, break line of sight. It's generally your best option, I've found. Break line of sight, fall back. Try to reassess. Ooh, sailing in a garbage bag. Okay. I hate this kitchen. Love the ambiance in this game. Ambience. It is really good though. The weather effects is just great. For such a small, like relatively small, contained game, I mean, it's got a lot of depth. Especially being made, I think, only by one guy or a few contractors or whatever it was. Like, couple things that I don't like is that you can't run from a crouch. It would be nice if you, even if you can't crouch run, that you can just at least hit sprint and be up and running. Because sometimes I want that kind of response. Honestly, otherwise overall, especially considering it's an early access game. It's in a good state. God, that scared the crap out of me. And this is what I mean, though. See, sometimes the AI, it's still AI, right? They will just push you randomly, which is both good and bad, depending on the situation. Sometimes to their detriment, sometimes to yours. What footstep was that? I mean, basically, this plays like an online shooter without some of the stress of an online shooter. Right, well, also, so it doesn't, it's single player. You also don't feel like you're completely invincible. There definitely is a lot of this kind of nonsense of just running around to random. Let's see. Oh. Anything super useful, but something in the box.
Tervetuloa.
I will take an extra bandage.
Koskahan sitä ehtis lomailla?
I really need any food and stuff right now, but I don't think I have anything to trade this. I don't really need the cassettes, honestly. Nothing else, huh?
Näin se kauppa käy, kiitos.
Look, if you're just the average gamer, you don't have some crazy setup. This game runs pretty damn smoothly. Got a decent gaming computer, but nothing super over the top. I mean, obviously you're gonna need a gaming computer like this. It is extremely efficient for how good it looks. Gunplay is extremely satisfying. And it's only just been released in early access. So, if this is the start of where this game is going, this is the foundation that they're going to build on, I mean, it's going to be great, I think. And back home. This is another thing I do like about this game, is the way your base building goes. You know, like, everything has pretty decent physics. Obviously, some of the collision boxes and some things are like hanging out like that. That's okay. I mean, we don't mind a little bit of jank in a game. You know? I mean, God, if anybody's played a Bethesda game, then you can deal with all sorts of stupid jank. And they have like a lot of people. This is a super small team that's doing this, so it's great. I am extremely impressed, and one of the biggest reasons, honestly, why I wanted to play this game is the way you have to interact with shotguns and bolt-action rifles. You actually have to rack it, or, you know, operate the bolt to reload. And to reload, you have to insert the cartridges, which is kind of a bummer that that mechanic is not more used somehow. That would be nice to see that used, like, for the magazines or something. Like, you know, that's really a cool mechanic in this game. It's actually one of the reasons why I started playing that, was only for that, even though I hardly ever used the shotgun or the muzzle. But, you know. Anyways, that was a good, nice little run on the village. Get into a little combat. As you can see, I am not a super crazy gamer type person, whatever you want to call it. My aim is pretty mid, right? I'm a pretty average gamer, but you can still have a lot of fun with this game. Still get a good amount of time, I think. Get a lot of game time out of it. This game rewards your patience and just being attentive to detail and listening, which I think is honestly probably like many other games, really. Like audio, right? Footsteps is key. But it's a little more chill, too. It's a little more chill of a looter shooter. So, if you've wanted to play a game like Tarkov, but just wanted to avoid the toxicity and just didn't want to deal with people who have way more time on their hands than you do, this is probably going to be the game for you. You don't have to worry about any other players. It's a single player experience and plays extremely well. And it's a great find. So I highly recommend giving this a shot. I'm sure I'm gonna be playing this some more. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. This video is probably going on for super long, and hope you enjoyed. And come back for the next part where we'll go raid the school, get to the outpost, and maybe one day I'll be brave enough to actually make it to Vostok. Who knows? Until then, I will see you next time. Oh, wait, actually, before we go, obviously, we gotta feed our cat. Yes, little kitty. I am determined to keep my cat alive. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I'm determined. I would love it if they make the cat's life a little bit longer. I mean, obviously, you know, in real life, you feed your cat every day, but, you know, they can survive a little longer than without food, right? Like, it should go to, like, a negative 100, right? Because sometimes you are going to be out, you know, at an outpost, and that sucks. Like, obviously, I'm not saying you ever starve your cat, but, you know, this is... Oh, no. Did I just lose that? Oh, item returned. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's fun. I think it was returned. It says item returned. Ah! Oh no. Oh good, everything stayed in place. That's good. Okay. Before I completely destroy everything. Oh, there it is. Look, it did get returned. Oh, that's fun. Well, so, on that note, with our kitty fed, now it is time to say goodbye. Oh, we just gave her another food. I meant to give her, okay. Anyways. Oh, they can eat she can eat canned meat. Oh, okay, great. That's another source. Oh, excellent. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have fun out there. Stay safe.